Johnny. And we are sitting in a beautiful Peterbilt, and it's for sale. And I think it comes with a CB, but we're going to talk CBs today. How are we doing today, John?
I'm fine. Bruce, yourself?
Good. So you got a little side business going with CBs. How many guys are still using CBs? Because actually nobody's using CBs in this.
There's quite a few guys using radios.
Oh, yeah?
So, I mean, the guys that know a lot of people on the highway, maybe some of the older generation truck drivers.
The real generation of truck drivers. Did I say that on a podcast? Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay, so how is there a way of trusting the information on it? No.
No, absolutely not.
So what makes a good CB? How do you know there's a million brands out there? How do you know if you're buying a good CB? We all used to buy the Cobra 29. Are they still out there, Cobra 29?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
they're probably they're still the top selling radio. Absolutely. Yeah, Cobra 29.
Wow. Okay, so Cobra but there is a lot of other models, and I used to have Uniden and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. When I'm choosing a CB, possibly off the shelf, what should I be looking for in a CB?
Range mostly.
Okay.
Depending on the price of the radio and how many features you get.
Yeah.
Some of the more expensive stuff, it's going to work a little better. You get a little more distance.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So yeah. And what about I remember when I was driving, antennas were my biggest. It doesn't matter what antenna you got; it was never the right one, right? So what should we be looking for in an antenna?
A stainless steel antenna, like a Wilson 2000, usually works really well.
With the coils that go in the middle?
The coils, the aluminum ones with the coils. I mean, it's just longevity. You buy the fiberglass ones and they break in the first snowstorm, or they're temporary.
Okay.
Right?
Now, angle. Straight up, tilted forward, tilted down, tilted back.
We know tilted forward looks cool, but I mean, for distance, for range, you want to have them straight up and down.
Straight up and down is actually best?
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Everybody tilts it forward.
I know. Well, that's the cool thing, Bruce.
But I thought tilted forward gave me an extra inch on my hood, which is how I got out there, right?
It gives it the lower, the longer look when they're tilted forward.
Okay, so tilted forward doesn't. Now, what about the ones on the side of the cabs? A lot of the newer style units have them on the side of the cab now. Is that still possible?
I think they still work pretty good. I mean, you have some of the cab blocking the range,
right.
But I mean, if you have both antennas on either side of the truck, if you go to the left down the highway or to the right, you're still reaching out on that side or this side.
Good point.
Right.
One antenna or two?
I like one. I did a field test once, and I found one got out a little further.
So you have just one antenna. It's actually better than having both.
For distance, for a shorter proximity, it's better to have two.
Okay.
You're going to hear a little better. Say in the city of Toronto, you want to have two. You can kind of reach out in between the buildings to your left, to your right. But if you're running down the big highway, I like one for the long shot.
So do the cab shields and stuff like that, does that actually block the antenna? Like if you have the antenna mounted on the left side, but you've got a high condo
I find it does.
Does it
find it does. Just a little bit. I find it does room reception.
Stuff I'm learning after 25 years on the road. This is amazing. Okay, let's talk CB etiquette. What is the CB etiquette, right? Is it every channel 19 in Ontario here anyway is open channel, right?
Open channel.
So if you're running with somebody and you're going to talk for longer than, hey, how you doing? Where should we be going? Should we go into another channel, or what's the protocol nowadays?
It's nice to go to another channel, leave the other guys alone that are just listening for traffic, anything that might be happening on the roads.
Right. But then you can't hear traffic or anything else happening on the road.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with that.
Essentially. So yeah, if you're running with your buddy, you better have your eyes open.
You better have your eyes open. Somebody monitoring you that goes down. And is it still, I know here it was 19, I think, wasn't Quebec 17 and the East Coast was 1, or have I got that wrong? What was the channels? I know 1 used to be, I thought East Coast. I might be wrong.
I thought it was 17. I can't remember.
Maybe it's opposite. I remember it switching down. That's been a long time since
I know a lot of the gravel pit guys, they stay out in the lower channels.
Okay. Why is that? They just can't count past 10?
I think that's what happened. Well, a lot of the CBs, maybe they're using the old ones that only reach 21 channels.
Yeah, well, 40 channels has been standard for as long as I've been running anyway. So now what about these guys who have more channels? How do you get more channels, like on a CB? If it's built for 40 channels, and don't tell me any of your secrets, but how do you add channels onto a CB?
What most of the bigger radios, the DX radios, they're built inside, and it's almost the best way to explain it. It's like the old the old tube radios, FM AM stereos that you had in the garage with the little needle that goes back and forth. It's like another section of that to the left or to the right.
So it's like adding RAM to your computer.
Essentially, or yeah, if you go up a band or down a band, it's almost like jumping to another section.
And what is the benefit of having more channels? Is there any benefit?
I find you can talk a little further. There's less interference. There's nobody talking on that channel. I mean, what are the chances somebody's going to find you on A band, channel 40 and a half, or, you know,